According to the National Association of Realtors, 4 out of 5 real estate agents will no longer be in the business in just 2 short years. In this video, we're going to talk about why that is and how you can avoid being a statistic. Hi, I'm Mikesh, and on this channel, I share proven tools and strategies that I use to become a top producer in my market and grow and scale my business. So I've identified 7 primary reasons why agents fail in this business. And in this video, I'm going to share those reasons why. And just keep in mind, they're in no particular order because any one of these can take you out of the business. Number 1, lack of experience. And I would also suggest that in addition to lack of experience, it's lack of expectation. Agents get into the business thinking it's going to be easy. They're calculating commission checks in their head and they're like, man, I only have to sell a few homes and I can out earn what I was earning in my job. This is going to be amazing. But what they underestimate is what it's going to take to get the prime pumped and start getting those few deals in. So I think a lack of experience coupled with a lack of expectation, not really knowing what they don't know when they get into this business, takes a lot of people out of the game. Number 2, poor marketing. Agents do a poor job of marketing themselves, their properties, and what it is that they offer their clients to the marketplace at large. Let's face it, guys, we all know plenty of realtors. I bet every single person watching this right now, whether you're in real estate or not, know a dozen or so different people that are real estate agents. And you probably know a few different real estate agents right in your market, in your backyard. So when people are faced with the decision of choosing a realtor, why would they choose you over anybody else or potentially even nobody at all? Because they could go the sale of for sale by owner or do it on their own. So you always got to ask the question, why would somebody do business with me over anybody else or nobody at all? And that's a really important question to ask yourself, especially when you're new. So if you can't articulate a response to that, there's a really good chance that you're not articulating a message to the marketplace on why they should choose you. So really think about that and be able to answer that in a compelling way. Number 3, inability to build relationships. Relationship building is key to the success and long-term viability of any real estate agent. If you struggle with connecting with people and building relationships, you're probably going to find it very hard to impossible to excel or maintain a career in this industry. So last I did a video on DISC personality profiles, and I would go back and watch that 3-part series and really understand what is it that you have to do to connect with people. People that are like you, they can be easy to connect with, but you're going to need to connect with other people who may not be wired just like you, and understanding DISC is going to help you do that. It's going to help you build rapport. So who are you actively trying to build relationships with in your community that can be an advocate for you and your business that you're starting? Lack of knowledge. When you're new, that's not an excuse not to be the best choice for somebody to use you as a real estate agent. You have to obtain market knowledge, and you can only do that by studying and getting out and looking at the properties. So what I tell agents that are brand new or agents that are struggling to get their business going or not achieving the success that they want in their career, I say, well, what would it look like if you were the success that you want to be? How many homes would you be selling? How many clients would you be working with? Then I tell them, go back and work tomorrow as if you're already that busy and already that successful. And what you're going to find is you're probably going to do a lot more and actually study the market more and get out into properties more. And when you do that, you're going to become an expert of what properties trade for in your market, what's a good deal, what's not. And until you can get to that level of proficiency, you're going to find it very hard to get traction in this business. Number 5, poor work ethic. And this could be one of those shots right between the eyes, but I find that a lot of people get into real estate because they have visions of like what that would look like and feel like, and all their newfound freedom. They wouldn't be chained to a desk or a cubicle, and they'd be able to kind of come and go when they please. The caveat to that is when they get into this industry, they take for granted that freedom and they don't actually treat it like a job anymore. And they don't show up for themselves as much as they were showing up for their boss or the person they were working for before. So I always say, like, if you can come into this industry and you can treat it like a job, and maybe for you that involves getting some accountability, getting somebody that's going to help you, then that's really going to go a long way to helping you be successful. You've got to put the time in. You've got to treat it like a craft and study it and become really diligent about the work that you're doing, and specifically, what is that dollar productive work you're doing? Sometimes we can get confused and we become a realtor and we're doing all these things and we're driving around, but we're not actually marketing our services, talking to new clients, running ads to get new leads and clients, or studying the market and studying the properties in the market. And we do all these things, like tweaking our business card and playing with the exposure on our personal photo that we're gonna put out there, or messing with a website, but we don't actually do the things that are dollar productive activities that are gonna drive the growth of our business, that are gonna bring new clients in so that we convert those clients to happy raving fan customers that are gonna refer us and do more business with us. So really questioning what are the activities that you're doing if you're in this business, and what are you doing to be successful, and what are you just doing to stay busy and calling that dollar productive work, which it's not. Number 6, the failure to adapt. This market is ever changing. When I first got in the market, I started in upstate New York, and it was just a really good market. We were coming out of the tech boom, and we had a lot of people close by in New York City that were making fortunes, and they were coming into my market, upstate New York, and buying vacation homes. And it was just a really good time to be in real estate. Conversely, a few short years later, when I moved to North Carolina, I found myself in a brand new market on the precipice of what was going to be the biggest market downturn in my lifetime, which is the 2006 financial crisis. And it changed drastically. The market didn't even look the same within 6 months. And we're going through that again now. The market's changing, interest rates are going up. All of these things drastically affect your ability. And if you can't adapt and find the opportunity in any given market, because the reality, guys, is that if the market's going up or the market's going down, you as a real estate agent shouldn't be drastically impacted by that. You should be able to adapt and work the market for what it is. Find the opportunity in the current market so that you can serve clients. There's always going to be somebody looking to sell and somebody looking to buy. And those reasons will change as the market changes, but they're still out there. You just have to change your messaging to match the market conditions. So failure to adapt is a big thing. The other thing is I see agents struggle with is the failure to adapt to technological changes in our industry. Tech is ever changing in this industry, and how we go about doing our business today versus I look back to when I started 20 years ago. When I started in this business 20 years ago, I lived in a market that didn't even have cell service. So it's like, man, could you imagine doing real estate today without a cell phone? I can do every aspect of my business with a cell phone. I can write contracts, I can negotiate contracts, I can communicate with clients from wherever I am. And it just changes, but you have to change with it. And you have to be careful not to get inundated with the technological marketing that's happening to you as a real estate agent, and make sure that you're staying focused. The technology is a tool, but sometimes people will use those tools and it will become a crutch, and they'll get too much technology and they'll focus all their time and energy on all these new technologies, and something's coming along to try to replace the technology that you have, and the technology you have is working fine. You have to stay on guard. You need the technology, you need to adapt, but you can't go so far down that rabbit hole that it takes you away from those dollar productive activities, the basics and fundamentals of selling real estate, which is building relationships and serving clients. So make sure that you're using technology and you're adapting to the technology curves, but you're using it to support your existing business, not going down a whole new path or reinventing yourself time and time again, because that's going to set you back. And number 7, one thing that I see that derails a lot of people's real estate careers is personal issues. And personal issues can come in many shapes and forms. It can be, problem with your spouse or significant other. It can be health issues. It can be, hey, my spouse just got a new job and we need to relocate, and you need to, be able to adapt to that. And, you need to be able to move. And I've seen that derail a lot of real estate careers. It almost derailed mine. And for me, it was a conscious choice. I said, I'm going to move from New York to North Carolina. I thought it was going to be great. I thought it was going to be much easier than it was. And I relocated to a new market. It was very, very difficult for me. And I speak about that in a previous video. But you've got to be able to adapt, and you've got to be able to put the personal issues aside, any changes aside, and you've got to be able to embrace your market. Here's one thing I know with absolute certainty. Real estate is pretty much the same everywhere. The nuances will change, but the basics and fundamentals of getting clients, growing a real estate business are gonna work anywhere you go. So, understanding what those are and those pillars, and we talk about that a lot, and I'll talk about that in detail in upcoming videos, but you have to have new relationships or new clients and leads coming in. You have to have a way to convert those clients to want to do business with you. You have to be able to serve those clients at a high level, and then you need to be able to ongoingly scale that business and get repeat clients and referrals to want to do business with you and new leads coming into the funnel. And that's really all there is to it, guys. You got to be a market expert, and there's plenty of tools and resources and training available to help you do that. But that's my seventh thing is you can't let personal issues derail your real estate career. So as I look at those 7 different reasons that most real estate agents fail, and in closing on this video, what I want to say is this: if you're new to real estate or you're not having the success that you want, it probably is because you don't have a mentor or a coach that's helping you through this. You know, if we're being honest with ourselves, we are where we are because all the knowledge, all of the skills, everything that we have took us to this point. But if we're not getting further, it's because we need something new to come in for something new to sprout from within. And that's gonna come in the form of outside information, a coach or a mentor. And the mistake that I see real estate agents make is they put all of that trust, all of that expectation of coaching and mentoring into the hands of their broker. And very rarely do I see a broker able to offer the level of mentoring, coaching, and support that an agent needs. I worked for some amazing brokers in my career, but when I look back over that career and I say, what was it that led to that growth, that success, that next level? It was always in the form of a mentor or a coach, never in the form of my broker. So, don't leave this opportunity to chance. The real estate industry is an amazing opportunity. You can get in and you can have success. I believe that it's one of the greatest industries out there to basically write your own paycheck. But it's gonna take a lot of work and a lot of effort on the front end to get it going. But once you do, it's so worthwhile. And I believe that you shouldn't leave that to chance. You shouldn't leave that to your broker, but you should find a mentor or a coach that can help you get from where you are to where you want to be. And that person should be somebody who's demonstrated a proficiency and proven success in having done that themselves. If they haven't done that themselves, chances are they're not going to be able to help you do it either. So find that person in your life, take your career to the next level, and avoid being a statistic. If you've gotten value from this video, do me a huge favor and like or subscribe below, and that will help me get more great content out to you and to other people just like you who could benefit from my experience and my 20 plus years in this industry. And it would mean a lot to me, and I just thank you for listening and thank you for your time.